Back for another Consummate opinion. Tonight you got Joyce and Mendel.
What up?
No DeGaff. Who knows where he's at? Haven't talked to him in a while.
He would probably say he's putting in work somewhere.
Yeah, some dude. All right, so tonight we're going to go with the most recent format with the What's New With You. We're going to go over some current events, and I'm going to go over some topics we're going to talk about tonight. Our last current event's going to go into our first topic, which is bullying. Then we're going to talk about grooming.
That's right. Why do you look at me when you say that?
No, I don't know. The acceptance of insults, and we'll get into that more when we actually get to that topic. And then I like how I wrote this, but we're just going to go with the death of person-to-person interaction.
Yeah, most definitely.
And then, of course, to the classic McSweeney minute at the end with the burial of some topic for 60 seconds.
I don't know, man. Sometimes I feel like 60 seconds isn't enough.
60 seconds should be a minimum.
Is that vodka?
It is, actually, yeah. Vodka and Sprite tonight.
For real?
Yeah. Yeah, how's that water looking?
I'm sitting over here with my water.
Did you want,
No, I'm fine, man.
No, probably some fireball about it in a little bit. All right, so first current event of the. Oh, I know. Actually, no. What's new with you? Did you want to go first? Or you want me to go? I'm down for going first.
Yeah, you go first because typically you mow the lawn and then that's it.
Yeah, which I haven't. And the last time I did mow the lawn, actually my mower broke. So
Did you say motorboat?
Yeah. No, mower broke. Got the new part in. Haven't put it on. Been kind of lazy. No big deal. The studio, as we talked about last time, obviously has changed, but we're in the works of making it better.
It's a lot thinner now in here.
Man, I just had an Ethan joke on that one. We got to get him in here. I know he wants to be called Easy-E.
He almost came in tonight, actually.
He should have. And my other buddy who I wanted to come in, actually I just found out that he's having him and his girlfriend, fiance, whatever, they're pregnant. Just found that out. So who knows when he's coming in?
Congratulations to him.
But
wait, are we celebrating that, or are we?
No, it is. They've been
Okay.
together years and years and years. Like it's yeah.
Like I'm old enough to the point now where I shouldn't panic when I hear something like that.
What if it's coming from someone you're with?
Like
Is that panic time?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't think. I don't think so. Well, I guess it all depends on who.
I was just gonna make a joke. I might as well say it. You gotta get laid, right? That's good.
No, but like if it's somebody that I would like to continue dealing with, and I don't want to put it like that.
Yeah, because that's bad. That's like I'm gonna have to deal with you for 18 years now.
Yeah,
so.
that's not how I like. If I didn't think that way, then crap, I'm at a loss for words.
All right, so continuing what's new with me. Finally went to the doctor over a little foot issue I've been having. Got stuck with this stupid-ass air cast that I can't even get wet for a week. And then they get to do an x-ray because the x-ray machine broke. What kind of doctor's office x-ray machine breaks?
Well,
it's Pasco, right?
it happens. Oh,
Yeah.
You went locally?
I did go locally, yeah.
That's why when you asked about the foot funk for a week, they were like, no, it'll be fine.
Yeah, can't get it wet, can't shower, can't do anything, and working out in the sun probably isn't the best recipe for what's going on. Yeah, but you'll be all right.
When you go to bed, you better put that bitch in a Ziploc bag.
Ugh. Well, maybe not today. I didn't do anything. But after Thursday, can't wait to go to Cowhead's birthday on Friday with this thing going. People are like, what's going on here? I'm going to smell like Tuttle probably smells.
Ugh.
Yeah. Other than that, finally set up a whole vacation that's going on. Went and booked the plane tickets, hotel rooms, tickets to the Bay Fest. Did all that stuff today.
Yeah, I can't believe you were going to drive. That's crap.
11 hours it was going to be. It's a long time. But then once I do pick my daughter up, we're going to go to Chattanooga.
That's how you should have looked at it, dude. You should have initially wanted to fly there. There'd be more time spent with your daughter.
Well, she's in school.
Oh.
So I'm going to get her out of 1 day worth of school. So it's better than nothing.
True. What
So
grade is she in?
First.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Still nice and young, not talking back too much.
Still enough, though. Still enough. So what's new with you?
Let's see. Oh, I just found out that I get 3 weeks vacation this year.
On your thing, I saw it's at 15.
I'm pretty excited about that. I thought it was a solid 2, so I was trying to like nickel and dime on the vacation days, but I may as well just blow my load on vacation days now, huh?
Yeah, not to take a joke off of that, but I saw Hulk Hogan had a boating incident in the last day or so.
What
Apparently, the windshield, he said, exploded on him and some other guy. Had a little comment under there by somebody posted. He goes, "Man, I didn't know that when a windshield explodes, it means Ed Leslie blew in your face."
Who the hell's Ed Leslie?
Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Oof.
Yeah, it was brutal. That was a brutal joke. It was funny though.
That is pretty funny. No, let's see. Oh, well, yeah, on the same lines there, the vacation. I went ahead and got my ticket today for my trip to Puerto Rico for my grandma's birthday.
How much is a ticket to Puerto Rico?
Well, granted, I bought it today for January, so it was like 200. So not too shabby.
Yeah, because I'm looking to go to St. Thomas in November.
Oh, hello.
It's like 3 something, so it's not too bad. Could be worse.
Yeah.
It was round trip was like 200 to Birmingham.
Let's see what else has happened to me lately. Oh, I got a funny story for you. Okay, check this out. So, I get a text message from a phone number I don't recognize, and when I read the text message, it says, "Hey, this is Art. This is my new number. Go ahead and save it." My buddy Art, who I talk to every once in a while, not often enough actually, but excuse me. He's one of these guys who's got like a sixth sense of humor, as many of us do. So
All in good fun.
yeah, instead of like responding with all right, got you, I got you locked in or whatever, I didn't even say hello to the guy. I just text back, fuck you, you child molesting homosexual.
Really?
That's what I responded
That's
with.
pretty intense.
And I know that if he had gotten that and that was it, it would have been a quick chuckle and that would have been it. But after I sent the message is when I realized that not only did he send me the message of his new number, but he sent 18 different other people the same message. And none of them were iPhone users. So I don't know if you know how that works. When there's a group chat like that and the other people aren't iPhone users, the message is sent as if it was just person to person. So I just sent
So you sent those other
18
17, 18 people that message?
18 strangers, mind you, because I didn't have their name didn't pop up. It was just random phone numbers. I sent 18 different people that I don't know. I mean, this could have been family of his. It could have been who knows.
Could be his mom.
Yeah, and I sent "fuck you, you child molesting homosexual."
That's the one thing I don't like about the whole tagging thing is because once you do that, everybody is involved with everything you say.
Granted, I got some messages back, and they weren't very happy about it.
Really? They were that bad?
They were like, "Who is this? Who the fuck is this? What's the matter, bro? You don't have the balls to tell me who this is?"
Wow.
And meanwhile, I'm like giggling, but at the same time, I feel so bad for what I did. Like I didn't mean for that to happen, But it was humorous.
Wow. Yeah, I don't like the group thing.
It's not what I hear. HST.
Yeah, strictly dudes. Strictly group stuff with fellas. Hey, fellas.
Last night, another riveting episode of Breaking Bad. There's only 2 left. It was insane.
Can I tell you, I've never seen that show?
It's amazing. It's a really good show, man. You should check it out. It's all over Netflix now. It's like all the rage.
Well, that and I know the Sundance Channel. I mean, as cool as that channel. I watched The Hurt Locker today for the first time. I thought it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually playing from episode 1 all the way through season 3, I think it is. Every Monday they're doing 2 episodes. So I was going to start DVRing them.
Fuck that. Just hop on Netflix and watch a marathon.
I don't have Netflix.
Oh. Better get with it.
Yeah.
Also, I just read, this is breaking news, you'll hear it here first. I just read on the internet, AMC has decided 2015 will be the season premiere of a Walking Dead companion show. So they're going to take a whole new cast of characters, base it in a whole different, I don't know if it's going to be in the United States or somewhere else on the planet or what, but It's going to be another group of survivors in the zombie apocalypse and what they go through, their trials and tribulations.
Now, does that follow at all with the comic book?
No, and that's another thing. When I read the article, Robert Kirkman, the original writer of the comic book, he was like, I'm really excited about the fact that I can start fresh on a show that doesn't have like a skeleton type,
It doesn't
body
have
work of the comic
something
book.
that it actually has to follow.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
I bet you it won't do as well, though.
It's hard to say, man. AMC's put out a lot of gems. Breaking Bad being one of them.
Yeah, I will have to start watching that. I've heard a lot about it. That and Sons of Anarchy, same thing, which I haven't watched as well.
Sons is amazing, but you know what? Goddamn, Netflix screwed me, dude. I watched the new season that's out right now, season 6. I rewatched season 4 because that's all that was available.
This is Sons of Anarchy?
The most current deal on Netflix, right? And typically they put on the last season on Netflix like right before the new season starts, and they haven't done that yet. So I'm like watching new shit without even really knowing what happened last season. Just because I like the show that much.
Yeah, that's...
And I know there's all kinds of like websites and stuff you can go to, but I'm not savvy with that shit. I don't really want to bother with it.
Got anything else new?
No, that's about it. Oh, you know what? Actually, and I've been saving this deal for a while now for
This morsel.
this morsel for a while now, this gimmick, because we haven't done a show in a while.
We haven't.
But the last time we did a show, one of the current events was what was it? Like the latest craze in pregnancies, and pregnant chicks twerking.
Yeah, pregnant twerking.
So I went online after the show, and I looked at a bunch of different videos, trying to find the best one. And I found one I think you'll enjoy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, here, let me play it for you. Check it out.
Please tell me this isn't Kaylee.
I don't know why it's not working.
Looks like a picture.
Well, it's not.
That's ridiculous.
That little move at the end there was for you, specially done.
+1?
+1.
Wow. Wow. Really?
What are your thoughts?
I appreciate her listening to the show. I honestly, I don't have anything else
It's
to
a bullshit answer.
say. I don't have anything else to say other than that. Wow. Hey, so, like I've said before.
Oh. Fireball about it?
You as well?
Appreciate it.
So, like I said before about the whole Drew Garabo deal.
I hate him, by the way.
Did you hear what happened to him at Derby Lane the other night?
Was it something bad?
No. He was in they do a poker tournament. Spice used to always promote it, but now that Spice is not so much on 102.5.
And on the way here, I was listening to more Billy Madison, really?
Billy Madison replay. Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Kidding me?
Hey, they're loved. Yeah, before we continue, we should probably do this fireball about it.
Fireball. All right. Salute.
To the show. Never gets old.
That was sloppy. I'm like drooling all over myself.
Yeah, that's not the only time you ever said that.
So what happened to this guy? Please say it was bad. You said it wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't. He was in the poker tournament, and they were giving away a TV. Whoever knocked him out of the poker tournament was going to get a TV. I don't know how big it was, what the situation was, but that's what was going to happen.
Okay.
He won. In every poker room, they have jackpots. Whoever has a high hand for that time or whoever is the bad beat, anything like that. He had a royal flush. The ultimate hand you could ever have playing poker.
The royal flush.
Yeah. Ultimate hand. 110 grand.
Drew Garabo, 110 grand?
Yes, Drew Garabo, 110 grand. Did he win the tournament? No, he did not. But the 10 grand's a separate deal. You could be the worst person playing. If you get the royal flush, you'll win whatever that jackpot is. Like, that's the way it works.
I feel like there should be rules against that. I mean, he's promoting it, helping put it together,
But
and
if he's a paid participant,
he can earn winnings from it.
whether he paid for it or the station paid for it, he was the player involved.
Did he keep it?
Pretty sure.
What I'm saying is, like, I almost feel like the winnings, like if you're a promoter or something like that, and you get winnings, especially 10 grand, it should go to maybe a charity or something.
He probably did something. But that's all I saw today was the fact that that's what was won. And so I kept looking, and I was just really surprised. Being that In Your Face or Drew Grabo was a follower of the Consummate Opinion, just
I'm not a fan.
trying to get Daniela Rocks.
Who the hell is that? From BMS?
Yeah. Trying to get her involved.
The topless football picks?
Yeah. Trying to get her involved. But yeah, so we're going to try to upload everything as soon as possible to the Facebook page and to, whatever else, Facebook page of our little current events for the night. It's easier to add that stuff than anything else, obviously, because we're getting them from a source.
I want to get this video posted on there so that the listeners know exactly what it was you saw just now with the bubble butt. Bubble butt.
Send it to me and I can get it on there.
Yeah, you know you want it.
No, I'll delete it right away. Definitely don't need that. So the first current event of the night, obviously the big breaking news deal for the day of the shooting in the Washington Navy Yard.
Yeah, what the hell happened? I was completely clueless about that until you mentioned it right when I walked through the door.
I saw something this morning at it was probably 8:45 this morning, 9 o'clock.
So it was an all-day thing, and nobody mentioned it. I didn't hear anything about it.
Yeah, it's
When the Boston Marathon thing happened, I heard about it right away and put it on the TVs at work.
yeah. I don't know exactly when somebody was found. There were 12 people that were killed. Then, 13 total. 12 of them were victims. One was the gunman. They still don't know if there's more than one gunman. But the gunman was like a 34-year-old. His name was Aaron Alexis, I think.
Was he American?
Yeah.
Now, what is this Navy Yard? Is that like on a military base, or is that like a memorial kind of thing? Like, Navy Yard? What is that?
I don't know if it's necessarily. It's definitely not a memorial, but it's a. I don't want to say it's a base, but it's something similar to that. It's kind of like an armory, basically.
Okay.
Kind of like an armory. I'm assuming. I don't know, of course.
What better place to shoot people than an armory? Plenty of ammo.
But and we're getting this from CNN. CNN is delivering this tonight. And the age range of the people that were shot and killed ranged from 46 to 73.
I would, obviously it's tragic what happened, but I was really hoping you were not going to say, children's ages. Doesn't make it any better that they weren't children who got killed, but still.
Yeah.
Jesus, man.
So it was a pretty much all-day thing. And the weird thing is they said that the guy had an ID badge of somebody who either worked there or had something to do with the Navy Yard itself. So he's in questioning because why did this guy have that guy's ID badge to get in? So,
Jesus, man.
But that's the big breaking news of the day. Yeah, like I said, I saw that at like 8:45, 9 o'clock this morning, and I pulled this up probably 2-3 hours ago. And there's many more injured. It's not like that's just it.
Right. What the hell is wrong with people?
Hey, just think Grand Theft Auto comes out in 8 minutes. Grand Theft Auto 5, super excited. Not getting it till probably about 6 o'clock tomorrow, but still getting it.
Everyone I know is getting that game.
First time in a while.
Yeah,
It's been, 4-ish years?
It's been hyped up.
You're going to love this current event. Out of South Carolina. Almost as bad as Pasco County. Almost as bad. But they're a state, so it can't be as bad. Headline reads, Menage a trois goes bad. Man gets arrested. All I'm going to do is read the first paragraph. Incensed that his girlfriend and her female cousin continued having sex without after he finished during a threesome. A South Carolina man allegedly assaulted his live-in companion at their Myrtle Beach home. Now,
So he's rocking the house with his girl and his girl's cousin.
yeah, that's the first red flag. A threesome with her and her cousin,
Her cousin, female or male?
female.
Okay.
I mean, it's better, I
Yeah, because
guess.
she can't get her pregnant, but still.
but it's still family. Yeah, it doesn't say which cousin, because isn't it past like second or third cousin? It's like you're really not blood.
Yeah, but still, that doesn't. I don't know. Like with me and my family, like I still consider that blood. You know, I would never. That's sick. And of course, what did you say? Where was it again?
South Carolina.
That's some white people shit.
Yeah, the name the name of the county that it was in was called Horry County, Horry.
No pun intended.
So actually, looking at this even better because the police report's amazing. It says the 31-year-old victim and her cousin awoke Sunday morning around 8 a.m., decided to have a threesome, and proceeded to have sex with each other.
Oh, it was morning sex.
Yeah.
That's always a good thing.
The victim, which I'm assuming is the girlfriend, said that once the suspect had finished, she and the witness continued having oral sex with each other. This is amazing. Which apparently angered the 25-year-old, who was pictured in the above mugshot, which we'll have on the Facebook page.
He's a real winner.
Yeah. The menage a trois angered Jenkins, who entered the bedroom and dragged his girlfriend off the bed by her hair, then allegedly struck her several times in the head and face.
Oh my god, like a caveman.
He was pissed because he was done, and they weren't.
I mean, I don't get it. Like, shouldn't they be pissed because he was done and they weren't?
I guess.
He
but
got his, but they didn't get theirs. So.
Obviously, they were having a good enough time, and it was okay.
I wonder. I don't know how there's got to be more to that story. I want details.
As the Gaff said in a previous show, like Bernie Mac said in Kings of Comedy, you better get mine.
Oh no, you better get yours.
Yeah, you better get yours, 'cause I'm gonna get mine.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. He got his awfully quick. I wonder if there's got to be more to that. Like, oh, I come too soon. It's your fault. You know.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? And I need to subscribe to this. The New York Daily News.
Why is that? Where do you usually get your news?
I find it Smoking Gun,
Poopshoot.com.
Deadspin, yeah, poopshoot.com, Blacks on Blondes, stuff like that. That's usually where I get my information from. Headline: Monkey attack terror, tears testicle off baby, eats it.
That's crazy. But you know what? Where did that happen? That happened in China, right?
Happened in China. Now, in looking at the article, before you say anything, the last sentence in the article says, the zoo is famous for letting its 500 monkeys roam free.
Well, but like in an enclosure.
Yeah, still in an enclosure or not, they're still roaming free where people can walk through. So whether it's enclosed or not,
Yeah. Actually, it's worse because there's nowhere to run. You're enclosed in there with a bunch of crazy monkeys who got testicle on the brain.
it was an 8-month-old too.
But Chinese are known to eat a lot of funky shit.
Yeah, Chinese people, not Chinese monkeys.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe one of his monkey relatives had his balls eaten by some Chinaman, and he decided it was time for a little payback.
Ah, payback's a bitch, huh? And this is probably too soon, but it was a boy, testicles removed, and I just said payback's a bitch. He's now female, right?
No, he only had one nut taken off, I thought.
It did say testicle, but
He wouldn't be female. He'd be like a eunuch.
But state media reports that the monkey pounced on the youngster and hacked off a chunk of his genitals.
But wait a minute. But why did it happen? Because some dumb bitch thought it'd be a good idea to change her baby.
Yeah, in the middle of all the
in the middle of the
monkeys.
monkey madness.
It dropped the flesh on the ground, allowing elderly passerby to pick it up. Well, hold on. But the aggressive ape quickly snatched it back,
Yep.
bounded off, and ate it before it could be caught. That gives true definition to balls in the mouth.
It was only one ball.
Kind
But that doesn't make the kid female.
Staff at the attraction told local news channels that the monkey had mistaken the boy's privates for food. What do they eat? Little sacks of meat. Ugh. That's gross.
Little sacks of meat. Is that what you call your boys?
Yeah.
Little sacks of meat.
A sack of meat.
So I was shaving my little sacks of meat today.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You mentioned that. You mentioned that. That's something we're going to talk about in a minute. The last current event that we have for the day is going to talk about bullying. We had a local situation here, probably about like an hour or so away from here. A 12, I believe, year-old girl committed suicide. Did you hear about that?
No.
12-year-old committed suicide in like the Lakeland area. And I guess she'd been bullied at school, this and that. She went to an old like a cement factory. I mean, that sounds kind of stupid, but on Bush Boulevard, let's say heading over towards Busch Gardens, there's that giant. When I was a kid, I used to think it was a slide. I was just like, oh man, I want to go on this slide.
I still think it's a slide. Every
It's a
time I drive
cement
by
deal.
there. Yeah.
Climbed up on top of one of those deals, jumped off, killed herself.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, really bad. Apparently, there had been issues previously with bullying in school, girls, somebody stole this person's boyfriend, this type thing. And a lot of it related to social media. Again, something else we're going to talk about. But mom apparently took her out of the school, homeschooled her, put her in a different school, this or that. But it continued over the internet.
Yeah,
And
because now with like social media, you're not safe from the bullying.
yeah, it doesn't have to be like, actual interaction. Killed herself.
See, I've never understood that. I mean, if you're not the cause of your pain and anguish, why would you kill yourself? Why won't you 86 the problem, eliminate the problem?
Yeah, that leads into the first topic. Like, my opinion, you have to be a strong enough person. Like, are you mentally that weak? And of course, we're talking about a 12-year-old or kids like that.
Yeah, they're not fully developed yet. That's it's got a lot to do with parenting, because at that age, you're not seasoned yet enough to take care to deal with stuff like that.
Yeah, why does that? I mean, I know Facebook has this thing where you have to be 18. You have to change your. Or they used to before. I don't know now. I don't pay attention
Facebook?
enough.
I know kids are on Facebook.
Well, see, I remember you had to change the age, or you had to have an age of 18. This is when I originally had Facebook. Like I said, I haven't paid attention in years, but you originally had to have an age of 18 to be on there.
On the Facebook.
On the Facebook. So, but she was also on something. I saw this on Bay News 9. Something on ask.com, ask.fm, ask.something, where it is where it's one of these websites where you can post a picture of yourself.
Okay.
People rate you.
And so she was getting berated?
Yeah, I don't know if that's the exact website, but it's one of those websites similar to that where people can rate you, say things about you, ask questions, people respond back, they ask questions, you respond back.
Right.
Probably not so much for males, for females. The last thing a teenage, preteen, whatever girl needs to know is what people really think, because the development stage.
Yeah, they can really psychologically mess with someone.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is exactly what happened here. I mean, if she didn't go and harm herself, who's to say she wouldn't pull a Columbine?
Yeah, and I guess she talked to a guy who lived in North Carolina on the internet. A teenager, I don't know how old, and I don't believe it said. Minutes before she jumped, said, "I'm going to jump. I'm over it." He didn't say anything, but it was minutes. Nothing would have been done.
Yeah,
but still,
that's creepy, man. I encountered some bullying when I was a kid, man, but it was a very strange thing. Like, and it continued into my young adult life as well. Like, the people that for some reason didn't like me initially, and when I got older wanted to kick my ass, and when I was younger did kick my ass, would end up becoming like my best friends. Very strange for me. I don't know how I worked that. I don't know if I talked my way through it or if they just. And it wasn't like I was getting beat up every day when I was a kid. That definitely wasn't the case.
Like Thurman Merman in Bad Santa.
Is that the kid's name? Little snot-nosed fat kid? Thurman Merman?
Thurman Merman.
I'll make some sandwiches.
Yeah. Grandma, are you spry?
I was going to say that. Grandma, are you spry?
Terrible.
Yeah, it was like, like isolated incidences here and there. It wasn't a daily occurrence, but somewhere along the way, we became best of friends. And that happened multiple times. And into my young adult life, obviously there was no ass kicking, but there was definitely a lot of words thrown, and eventually me and this guy who hated each other just became good friends. It was very strange how that happens, but I never really got in many fights, man, because I'm not trying to toot my own horn by any means, but my mouth gets me in trouble. Like, I have a little bit of a smart-ass mouth or whatever.
I have that problem as well.
And so people want to kick my ass, but, like, especially in high school, for some reason, all my friends have always been bigger dudes. And I guess that's not very difficult when you're a short little Puerto Rican. Everybody else is going to be bigger than you anyway. So because I roamed in those crowds, nobody really tried to make it physical. It was always just words really being thrown around.
Sticks and stones.
Nah, I'm rubber, you're glue. But as far as bullying, like, something that my mom used to say when I was a kid, and I would bring her these stories of how I was being messed with, she would just say, just ignore them. Like, honestly,
They're the ones looking for help.
Well, I mean, she wouldn't put it like that. But the way she put it was, I know words hurt, but words should only hurt if there's something behind them. Like, the opinions of people you don't like or the opinions of strangers shouldn't matter. Who are they? Now, granted, if it's a friend or family, not to say you should swing on them, but you should definitely throw words back,
Definitely. I've never been in a fight.
Physically?
Yeah, and I mean, basketball, we used to have some serious problems, but I've never been in a fight.
I don't
Like a
think I have
fight.
either. I think I've been pummeled a couple times, but never actually tried to defend myself when I was a kid. And this is when I was way younger. And honestly, because the reason I stay away from fights is because I fear jail.
Well, especially being an adult.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to go to jail. I know if a lot of people talk about, he fought dirty or what. Hello. You would fight dirty or whatever. I tell people, if I were to get into a fight, I'd probably try to gouge an eye out or bite off an ear or something. And the whole fighting dirty thing, I don't understand. Like, if you're in a fight, I thought the object was to win.
But just like in life, people take the easy way out.
What do you mean, like?
Well, by cheating. Like, I mean, just in general.
Are you saying, like, if I were to bite your ear off, that would be cheating?
I mean, it's not really fair. Why are you going to bite my ear off?
To finish the fight.
That's not a finishing move.
Yeah, it is.
Biting somebody's ear off is not a finishing move. If you take somebody's spine out, like in Mortal Kombat, obviously, that's a finishing move.
If I gouge your eye out, guaranteed the fight's finished. Guaranteed.
Well, yeah, obviously our current fight is finished. Yes, you're right. Now we're going to fight about something else. Maybe not that day, but another time.
Yeah, but you won't be able to see me or hear me, depending on which one happens.
Yeah.
Very well, either.
Very true. All right, so on to the next topic. So we're going to talk about grooming.
Yes. Like grooming your dog?
I don't think grooming dogs was actually where we're going with that. Wait. Grooming. Are we talking about female dogs?
Bitches?
That's where we could go with that.
No, we were talking about what the difference was between, like
the whole
where's the line in the sand drawn, like, between being metrosexual and just taking care of yourself for a clean presentation.
Now, see, I've never been a fan. I remember once, probably as a freshman or sophomore in high school, people were starting to just like shave their arms, do stuff like that. I did it once.
Because they were in the swim team?
It was a cool thing to do, apparently, at the time. Coming from the same guy who, as a senior in high school on the basketball team, dyed his hair blonde.
You did?
Yeah, I did. And I have dark brown hair, so it really was. I didn't dye the whole thing. It was just the top.
It came out like orange?
No, it came out It came out blonde because I got it dyed like white.
Oh, okay.
So it came out blonde. All the
Fag.
all the Caucasian gentlemen on the team who were seniors got our hair dyed.
I thought you were gonna say you got your asses kicked.
No. No, the Gaff didn't do it. We were on the same high school basketball team. The Gaff did not.
You wanted the Gaff to dye his hair blonde?
Well, tried, but it wasn't going to happen.
Why did you guys do that in the first place?
Just looking for something to do that was something we did. Kind of like you got your classic, completely different thing, senior prank.
Right.
Which our senior prank revolved around a pig running around the school.
Did you go to high school in Pasco?
I went to high school in Pinellas. I went to Palm Harbor. So much different than Pasco.
Wait, when you say pig, do you mean like a solid filthy, or do you mean like an actual pig?
No, not a rhino rally. Like Babe. Like Babe the pig.
That'll do, pig.
Actually, more kind of like Pumbaa. It wasn't a warthog, but I mean, it was like a Babe's cool. Like Babe's kind of like a cute pig, right?
Yeah, Babe would be like a suckling pig, right? Like a young pig. Anyway.
Yeah, but it was more of like a Pumbaa minus the horns. It was just a gross ass pig running around the school.
Those are actually called tusks. But anyway.
Yeah, like an elephant. I get it.
I digress.
Oh, so yeah, solid scientist now. But yeah, right around that age, I thought it'd be cool to shave my arms. Let me tell you, it's very uncomfortable.
That sounds like it sucks. Like growing back and you have to keep up with it.
Yeah. Well, also, hey, coming from the same guy who one time nared his nuts.
Who, me?
No, me.
Oh, you did?
Oh, absolutely. Worst decision I've ever made in my entire life. Worst decision. Because I heard about nair, so I was like, yeah, why not? Well, let me try this one time. Not a good decision.
I nared my nipples before.
How was that? Couldn't have been worse than nuts.
It started to sting a little bit. And then come to find out, that's when you're supposed to wipe it off.
One time, this was a couple years ago. I obviously I haven't gained any intelligence in the past couple years, but a couple years ago I decided for some shaving gel, if you will, for grooming, for manscaping.
Manscaping, shaving gel? Isn't that for bitches? You mean cream, right? Shaving cream.
Well, no, I didn't get like Barbasol or anything like that. No. I got some of that silk stuff.
Oh,
I get the female stuff.
Oh, to shave your privates?
Yeah.
I just use regular like Gillette or whatever.
Honestly, I could say it works out better.
Really?
Yeah, I think so personally.
I'll have to check it out.
So I got that. Check it out, but never get the eucalyptus kind.
Why is that? Does it burn like soap in the pee
It's like
hole?
Nair, yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, no, I put it on one time. I was halfway through, and all of a sudden I go, I don't even know what's going on right now. Something hurts.
It's like you got icy hot on your balls.
Pretty much. It's literally like putting aftershave on after you shave, but it's during while it happens because eucalyptus, whatever that formula was they had in silk, has some type of alcohol in it. So
is it silk? Is that what it's called? I thought it was like Skin-tastic or some shit.
No, I'm pretty sure it's silk. I'm pretty sure.
Well, you're the expert.
Yeah, I guess in this conversation I'm the expert. So
but wait a minute. So
I use that. Don't ever use that. But silk itself is good. But
what did you say? Soap?
Silk.
Oh, silk.
Soap is not good.
No,
soap is not good.
Soap in the pee hole. It burns.
Better that burning than something else, right?
Ugh, Jesus.
Solid nasties.
But okay, so.
Okay, now what about female grooming? What do you think about that? Like, where do you need to be with that?
Female. Okay, well, my personal opinion. The legs need to be kept up.
Absolutely.
Okay. Especially in the beginnings of a new relationship. Okay. I can understand if you've been with a girl for like a good amount of time and she decides to be prickly Pete for a little bit because there's a certain amount of comfort that comes with being with someone for a while.
Very true.
But I want to say recently, but it's definitely not recently. For a while now, all the rage is the girls that just go full bald eagle, and I'm not a complete fan of that because I don't like to feel like I'm in bed with a 10-year-old.
Yeah, but it's what's making them happy. I don't know if I necessarily think that.
And
they're going for the 12-year-old approach.
Right. I mean, they're definitely keeping it for cleaner presentation. But I've with certain ladies that I've been with, I mentioned that, and they decide to leave a little landing strip to to make their man happy, which is cool. They compromise. I'm not looking for something that I can plant tomatoes in during the summer or anything like that. I'm just looking for just a little something.
Oh,
I'm not looking to trim the hedges or anything.
Not trying to grow a garden. Hey, speaking of a garden, of course, off topic here, but I've got a random citrus tree growing in the backyard. I thought they were limes. They're green. They're small.
Oh,
they don't
fuck.
get any bigger.
If they're limes, I'm down. I want some.
No. I cut them open last night. They're not limes. They look like oranges, but they never change from being green. But they have the orange taste.
You ate them?
I
Tried one?
We were going to do shots of tequila last night, and that didn't really work out because
you thought they were limes.
Yeah, well, they weren't.
But you used them anyway?
Yeah.
How
Well,
was
no, I skipped the biting the lime portion because it wasn't a lime.
Right.
I did the salt deal, the tequila deal, not the lime deal because it wasn't a lime. No, I'm going to take one to a produce stand, I think, because I want to know what it is. Because if I have some hybrid, maybe I can make millions off this hybrid.
Oh, jeez.
Because it looks like a lime, but it smells and tastes like an orange. But it's never,
Is it tart?
Yeah, I would say, I'll go pick one and we can cut it. You can try it.
I'm not really interested.
No, it's not bad. It's not like it's gross, but it's just, it wasn't what I thought it was going
How
to be.
big are they?
They range from being small to probably like golf ball size, let's say, to being, I don't know, smaller than a tennis ball.
So it would fit in your butt.
If I can get the gerbils out, right? Wow. How do we go to that?
Do you know why gerbils are put in guys' butts?
I don't know.
You honestly don't know?
I really don't know.
I'm going to educate you.
All right. From personal experience, I get it. All right, continue.
It's not just gerbils, it's fish also.
Fish?
Fish. I'm going to tell you why.
Now I'm intrigued.
It's excruciating for the animal, okay? Because they get up there, they start to suffocate, and they struggle to get free. And
Also, there's all kinds of feelings going on.
Exactly right. Whether it's, and I'm sure it's a different sensation with the fish than it is with a furry little gerbil. But, in the end, no pun intended, the animal dies. But they wiggle and they try to get out.
Wow.
So, but anyway, back to grooming. We digress.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, we
digress.
I started talking about citrus, and now we're talking about gerbils up the ass.
We digress from grooming. Not enough grooming is an issue too. It really is.
Oh, definitely.
I know for myself, I shave my head once a week, and when I shave my head, I shave the rest of my shavable parts. Other than my face I pretty much do on a daily deal.
But not arms and legs.
No, not arms and legs, just my kibbles and bits.
Okay.
And sometimes my nipples. I got this chest hair, and sometimes for some reason, I get a ring around
crazy.
a little ring around Saturn of hair around my nips.
Well, can't win them all.
So I take care of that, for a cleaner presentation. But I don't consider myself metro. But then there's those people who just don't do it at all. Like I got a buddy of mine. He's in his mid-40s, just shaved his balls for the first time. As you take a sip of your beverage.
I can't even imagine what that presentation looked like prior to that.
I don't know.
For the first time.
And he's been married for quite a while,
But really for the first time? There had to be some type of at least trimming going on. There had to have been.
Maybe, but I'm talking about he scorched the earth on his nizzets.
Man.
For the first time, and he goes, the wife really likes it. I'm like, you think?
How long has he been married?
For as long as I've known him, and hell, that's been, I don't know, 15 years?
So she's been missing out. Actually.
He's been missing out.
He's been missing out, yeah. The Sizz, Uncle the Biz, all situation.
See, I don't know if
You not like that?
I haven't had a terrible experience with it, but it's not very pleasurable either.
See, it depends, because if some people think that they're trying to suck a watermelon out of a garden hose, not a good idea.
No.
But if it's a gentle
Suckle?
suckle of the lollipop, if you will,
Of the meat sack.
of the meat sack.
Little sacks of meat.
Wow. I don't even know why I said that. Kind of like in 40-Year-Old Virgin where he talks.
Bag of
mentioned-
sand?
Yeah, breasts are bags of sand, and he gets buried.
Oh boy, but yeah, man. I mean, can you imagine? Can you? Let's just say, all right. I know this is the difference between guys and girls. Okay. A girl meets a nice guy. You know, they're out, say, partying at a bar or a nightclub or something. They're having drinks and they hit it off and they decide, hey, you know, I'm going to take this girl home with me, or vice versa. I'm going to bring this guy home with me. And she goes to pull down the drawers, and boom, she's hit with a jungle of love. Right away, she's not going to mess with that, dude. I mean,
There'll be no mouth hugs.
there's definitely, that's exactly what I mean. She will not be facilitating his needs orally. Okay? That's the woman's scenario. The guy scenario. The guy pulls down the drawers and sees that of hair just looking back at him. What's he going to do? He's going to shrug his shoulders, wipe his chin off, and be like, I got to do what I got to do, son.
Now, see, in that situation, I would not facilitate the same needs. Now, the end result may happen, but I wouldn't take the. Let's put this in baseball terminology. I wouldn't take the base by base approach. I would go for a home run right away.
Well, but you know what, though? If you take the base by base approach, you would already have.
Well, you would have already known what's going to happen.
You already know
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
plenty
yeah,
of grass
yeah.
in the field just by
Ugh.
feeling out the situation.
Yeah, but then you ruin it from the beginning.
And then you got to do the finger test, make sure
Oh,
it
yeah,
smells all right.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Good Lord.
All right, so you want to head to the acceptance of insults?
Yeah, I don't know if you're actually saying that right. I don't know.
Okay, so
It was hard for me to even describe it, but it's something that I've definitely thought about. And anytime that topic is brought up, it's always stimulating conversation.
now I see where you're coming from with that.
Well, let's explain the scenario.
All right.
So our listeners know what's going on. I explained it to a few people. They actually were a little dumbfounded by how to react as well.
See, I've explained it to one person, and they said that it's just as acceptable to make fun of fat people.
Publicly?
That's what I said.
And they responded how?
Yeah.
That person.
And I go, but we're going with the public approach here.
That-
Like,
that-
what is publicly acceptable?
That person's a dick.
Yeah.
Think about it, because let me lay out the scenario so our listeners can follow along. All right. Why is it publicly acceptable to ridicule and belittle a smoker? Okay, say you and your group are waiting outside of a restaurant, waiting to be seated, and of course, as we all know, there's no smoking inside restaurants and bars and certain locales, and so a lot of times when you're first arriving to a spot like that, you basically have to walk through a wall of smoke. That's where all the smokers are out front.
Yeah.
You're sitting there waiting, and somebody lights up, and it's acceptable for you to. I mean, granted, you may catch a little heat from the actual smoker. Except it's publicly acceptable to be like, hey, put that cigarette down. That's no good for you. You're a father now. Don't you want to live a long and prosperous life for your son? Each cigarette's taking years off your life. Blah blah blah. But it's not acceptable to do that to a fat person. Fat person is unhealthy. Let's replace the cigarette with a chili dog or a corn dog or some shit. You can't just walk up to, hey, lard ass, put the corn dog down. You don't need that. You're 200 pounds overweight.
Hey,
Don't
fatty, lay off the food.
Yeah, put the chocolate down, fat stuff. You just had a kid. Don't you want to live a long and prosperous life with your child? Like that would not be socially acceptable. Even though the person you asked said that it is. Now let's flip the switch. What if it's a 6-year-old? Or even 7 or 8-year-old in school, where a lot of schools have that drug education kind of thing.
Yeah.
And some kids,
I know Florida, tobacco-free Florida.
a lot of kids don't have a filter at that age yet. They see someone light up, they just immediately remember something they learned in school, and they walk right up. Smoking's bad, And obviously,
But you play it off because it's a kid.
Right.
You know, it's a kid. It's fine.
But if the kid were to do that to a fat person,
I'll be the end of the world.
you see what I'm saying?
So it's kind of like smoking is socially unaccepted now, where being obese is almost more the norm.
Look at Honey Boo Boo. Look at that show, dude.
Listen, I don't.
Every single one of those
talk
people is
about that.
overweight on that show, and it's like so goddamn popular.
Even when they make spoof movies, I don't even remember the last spoof movie. It was like one of those scary movie like 48s or
Oh,
whatever.
what was
it
that
is
one?
now.
Like date movie or some shit, and homegirl was fat.
Yeah.
Fat as all could be.
Well, this last one,
Fat as hell.
I don't know what it was, but it was Girl in the Basement. They were playing off of I think Evil Dead. I want to say.
Okay.
Opens a basement, all of a sudden it goes, "Oh, honey, boo boo, child," in the bottom. Now that's scary to me.
That's ridiculous.
Ugh,
Ugh.
that family's gross. But yeah, no, there's definitely a difference between making fun of people who smoke and people who are fat. I think the reasoning is because smoking is not as much of the norm now. I think less and less people are smoking,
Yeah, but
but
who
more and more
cares?
people
Like,
are getting fat. I think it's like obese people had to have been made fun of at some point in time. Not trying to make fun of anyone who's obese.
But no, but that's my point. Is I mean they're made fun of all the time, but it's not socially acceptable.
Yeah.
You know, like I can remember this one time. This is years ago. Me and a girl I was dating, we were at it was like a breakfast place. It was First Watch. You ever been to First Watch?
In Palm Harbor?
Well, there's one in Palm Harbor. But we were the one in New Tampa.
Never been there. Heard good things about it, but
First
I've never
Watch.
been there.
Amazing, really good food. But so we're sitting there because they're on a wait. You know, we went like on a Saturday or Sunday morning. We're on a wait.
Gonna wait for breakfast?
First Watch is really good.
Wow. All right.
Plus, you know, it was like Saturday or Sunday morning. It's like if you were to go walk in like a Denny's or Perkins at like breakfast time, prime hours, like you're gonna
Yeah.
wait. But anyway, we're sitting on this bench. Excuse me, and it's me, her, and then like she's on my left and on my right is just this humongousaur, dude. And it's not like he ran from his car to the park through the parking lot and up to the door or anything like that. Like he just walked in, grabbed a newspaper because he knew he'd do the other weight, and sat down next to me, and he was breathing heavy, dude. Just breathe like if he were to cough, a pork chop would fly out of his mouth, dude. This guy was a big dude. It's like,
From the parking lot to the door.
oh my god, no, but that's what I'm saying though. Like I could understand he'd be breathing heavy, like if he ran, like if,
Yeah.
but he didn't. He just casually walked in, put his name on the list, and sat down, and I give my girl a look, and she's like, "What?" And I'm like, I for some reason she asked me what's up, and quickly I just glanced around the room, and the number of fatties that were in the room definitely outnumber the thinner people.
You know what I noticed about that is eating at restaurants. A lot of you see a lot of fatties who eat solo. If we're gonna be on the fatty subject,
Well, I'm thankfully not yet a fatty. I'm a foodie. I definitely enjoy food.
do you go eat solo?
I go eat solo all the time.
Yeah. See, I can't. I mean, I could do like the whole McDonald's, Wendy's type deal, something like that, but not at a restaurant.
But that's the thing. Like, if I have my mindset on something, and not to say that that's like a life goal or anything, but like if I want to do something, I'll invite people out. And eventually, if no one is down, I'm still going to do it. You know, whether it be go to the movies or.
I think I might be going to see my first movie since Saw 7, Saw 3D.
Saw sucks.
All right. Well, since that movie, I think I might be going to see my first movie. I think I'm going to go see Insidious 2.
Jesus. Why wouldn't you pick it?
I don't know, man.
You went from one bad horror flick to the next, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, I heard it was good. I never saw the first one.
I never saw the first one. You want to know why? Because it's a horror flick that's rated PG-13 and doesn't really... That right there just kind of turns me off to the whole deal.
See, I didn't know about that. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Gonna have to, rethink my strategy on that. I missed a lot of good movies then, huh?
Evil Dead was amazing. Have you seen that? The remake?
Well,
the new
yeah,
one?
I didn't see it in the
I'm buying
movies,
it.
but
It was so good. I'm buying it. It's amazing.
just think that house. They're gonna have a house for Halloween Horror Nights for that.
Haunted house. Yeah.
October 17th.
What are the other ones? Walking Dead for sure. They're gonna do Walking Dead. They're gonna do.
Cabin in the Woods, Resident Evil.
Oh, it's Resident Evil. That's right. That was the last one. American Werewolf in London. And Evil Dead.
Yeah, no, I want to say there's more than 5 big name houses.
Cabin in the Woods was such a good movie, dude.
Cabin in the Woods. Is that the one where?
It was just so different. It wasn't your average horror flick.
Well, is that the one where the girl goes through the river after she gets shot? Or is that Last House on the Left?
The hell are you talking about? That's not Cabin in the Woods.
Okay, then I haven't seen it. But Last House on the Left is the one I must be thinking about. They're in the woods, and this girl gets shot. One of the girls gets killed. The other one lives and floats down the river back to the house, and it's at that point an absolute disaster. All kinds of people die, this and that. You ever seen Last House on the Left?
No, I haven't. And the only reason I haven't is because I think the original came out in the 70s, when horror movies were a little grittier. And so I was kind of holding out to see the original.
All right, I'm trying to pull up Halloween Horror Nights here real quick and see what all the big name houses are.
Oh, jeez. We get it.
Pulls up Walking Dead, Cabin in the Woods, Resident Evil, Evil Dead. Yeah, there's got to be more than that.
Yeah, I mean, there usually are, but they're like little shit houses they put together on the fly.
Well, yeah, but it says there's 8.
I went last year. That was good enough for me, man.
Pretty excited about Resident Evil.
For some reason, I don't know. Like I'm a pussy in those haunted houses, man. I'm just constantly jumping. My nerves are on edge.
All right, so other than the McSweeney Minute, let's get to the main event of the night. I'm going to read exactly what I wrote down.
Okay.
Social media.
Oh, yeah.
/ cell phone overuse / death of person-to-person interaction. And this topic can be used in bullying, one thing we already talked about, social media.
Yeah, social media.
People's lives revolve, and I'm on my phone a lot. I look up a lot of stuff. That's because I want to know about stuff. Tonight, I looked up a lot of stuff, fantasy football.
Gay.
But I'm not on Facebook, Instagram. Vine's pretty funny. It really is.
Vine?
But I'm not on it.
I'm not on it
but
either.
But it's funny.
But it's on my Facebook, so occasionally I'll check out one of those Vine videos, and they are pretty funny.
But for people literally live their lives based off that stuff. Snapchat, that's another one. Snapchat.
Yeah, I'm not on that either.
I asked somebody the other day, what are you doing? Oh, putting a picture on Snapchat. So that picture is worth somebody else's 10 seconds of their life? Like, things are that important. Like, to me, that's ridiculous.
When they're young and selfish, yeah, things are that important.
Yeah, that's ridiculous to me, though. But it's going to come to the point where people aren't even going to speak to each other.
It's already come to that point.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Listen, when I can remember riding the subway in New York when I was a kid, and there was, people talking to each other. I mean, granted, there's people that have their face stuck in a newspaper or whatever, but there was a lot of interaction going on. And now, dude, it's freaking hilarious. Because I went to New York a couple years back, and other than the ruckus of what's going on, with the train actually in motion, there's nobody talking to anybody. Everyone's got their face buried in their phone.
Headphones.
And there's headphones plugged into their phone too. Yeah, it's very strange. And I can't tell you how many times I've gone out to eat, and I see couples sitting across from each other, and both of them are on their phone.
Yeah, I was kind of.
I make it a point to not answer my phone or check for text messages when I'm out with somebody like that.
I don't answer the phone or do anything like that. But I know today I went out for lunch and I did have my phone out. But I was also looking. What I was looking up was a topic of conversation, and it related to Epcot's Food and Wine Festival.
I would love to do that. You went out for a hot lunch?
No.
Home cooked meal?
Went to Olive Garden actually,
which was lovely.
Magical even.
Was it?
I figured you'd get a kick out of that.
I was leading up to that, but you said it before I did.
You get a kick out of that. Hey, speaking of a magical lunch, we should probably do the shot about it real quick.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's relive the magic.
Fireball wasn't involved.
Oh, was it?
Wow, not at lunch. Actually, not on the magical trip either.
Ooh.
Fireball's good stuff.
Puts hair on your nuts. And then you gotta shave
Then you
it.
got to groom.
Yeah.
I have really, back on that real quick, I have really bad issues with not manscaping wise, but like facially wise, no homo, with razor burn.
Oh, yeah?
That's one thing I'm lucky about that sticks straight to my neck.
What is razor burn exactly? Is that when you get like the little red bumps or whatever?
Yeah, red bumps, like almost like pimple-like things, but
Yeah.
it's from it's just skin irritation, basically.
I'm going to share something with you. Because,
You get them on your dick, but it's actually genital warts, and you don't want to talk about it. I get it.
no. You already used the feminine shaving gel.
Yeah.
The ladies that turned me on to this stuff called Bikini Zone. It's this gel that when girls shave their bikini area and they don't want to get the razor burn, they put that gel on immediately after they're done shaving, and it takes care of that.
Well, you know what I do, which
I use it on my face.
Really?
Mhm.
I do something completely different that probably adds to razor burn, and I got this from DeGaff actually. To take about a day or two off shaving. Second you shave, take rubbing alcohol to where you shaved.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that because Bikini Zone, like, it smells like rubbing alcohol when you put it on.
Maybe that's what it is, but he said it's a takedown razor burn.
That's gotta hurt though, man.
That sucks. But to me, like I do it, the second I do it, my neck looks like I just got slapped 1,000 times in the
Yeah,
neck.
it gets really red.
It's terrible. Really bad, actually.
So how does that alleviate it? It seems like it just made it worse.
It made it worse, but I mean, the idea is to keep from shaving, and supposedly helps with razor burn, but it adds color, but it doesn't necessarily. I don't know. The next day, you could still see it.
That
Like
was the
one
Gap's,
day.
the Gap's whole plan was to put color on your ass.
No homo on that one. Now, he told me that in Vegas one time, actually, and
Did he want to put color on your ass?
I don't know what he wanted to do. Who knows? No, he probably wanted to put color in my ass.
He was
not
like,
on my ass.
"Tonight we're walking the streets. You're my bitch. You need to look good.
Please.
Put this shit on your face."
Yeah, no, I didn't
Talking
do
about his
it
dick like that.
Yeah. Long Don Silvers.
You were walking around the Vegas Strip cockeyed.
No pun intended. I mean cockeyed, right?
Ow! What the
Oh,
fuck
man.
were we talking about?
The social media deal.
Oh, okay. I can tell you a little situation, personal situation that happened to me. Ever since I started getting these smartphones, and first I started with the Droid, and then I graduated to the iPhone. Whenever I went to go take care of a number two, I
Yeah.
always take my phone with me. Unless I'm at home. If I'm at home, I've already got like reading material. R2's going crazy tonight. If I'm at home, I've already got reading material. But if I'm out and about, say, I don't know, at a friend's house or something, I will definitely take my phone with me.
To the bathroom?
Yeah, to check on the Facebook or read articles or do whatever the hell, but just to keep myself entertained, for the few minutes or 35 minutes that I'm in there for,
A few minutes / 35.
as I eat a lot of meat. But anyway, this young lady that I was seeing at the time, she noticed that I was doing that a lot. And so, like, right off the bat, she thought that I was, like, texting other girls while I was in there and this and that. So immediately, that just started to slowly eat away at our relationship, which sucked because I wasn't doing anything, anything sneaky or sketchy or shady or whatever word you want to use.
Maybe she thought you were jerking off in the bathroom. Jay zerking is off, Fliz all on the diz often.
On the toilet? Do Have you been known to do that?
No, I have not, but I have heard that. BTLS is one place that I heard that from.
Masturbating while taking a grumpy?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it is a phenomenon. Kind of like the phenomenon that
I've heard of the blumpkin. That's getting blown while taking a grumpy.
Now, what's grosser?
Probably the blumpkin. Well, I don't know because
Definitely.
The blumpkin's not your mouth. But if you're giving yourself a handy,
In general, that's grosser.
that's your hand.
In general, that's grosser. It has to be.
And not, I mean, if you're going to kiss her after, yeah, that's gross.
Not really.
I'm
All
not
that is aroma.
I would not partake in either one, but you're just asking me which one do I think is grosser. I think the handy's grosser because it's your hand. I mean, obviously going to wash it when you're done anyway, but
Not a chance.
not a chance. You're not going to wash it.
No, there's not a chance that that's grosser.
The handy. You think the blumpkin is grosser?
I do. Honestly, I think we should ask. We need a third opinion on this.
I'm saying.
And we can raise hands, left and right, for the answer. We need to ask the intern on this.
Has the intern been on the show before?
No. No, we've had Stat Guy who hasn't been back since episode 1. He's too busy. But he is an accountant. So.
I got to ask Dave.
Which one's grosser?
A.K.A. Gave, yeah.
He has to go with
The blumpkin?
Has to. But we're gonna ask. We're gonna ask. All right. So here's the deal. We have a question. Left hand is the first one. Right hand is the second one.
He's talking to the intern right now.
We're talking about what's grosser. If you're a male,
If you're on the male and you're doing a number 2,
you're taking a grumpy.
taking a grumpy, is the first scenario would be
If you were to masturbate.
if you were to give
While
yourself
you're
a
doing
handy,
And number 2 would be,
the blumpkin, where you're taking a grumpy and you're getting blown.
yeah, you're getting a mouth hug while you're getting a grumpy. Which one's grosser? Left hand
For the handy,
is a hand party.
the hand party,
Right hand is mouth hug.
hand blasting.
That's grosser?
The hand party's grosser.
I don't
Thank you,
I
because
don't
it's your
get it.
hand.
Yeah, but somebody else is involved in your situation.
Yeah, well, it's bad for them, not for you.
I mean, really?
Granted, like I
The
said,
overall situation is worse.
how is that worse?
Come on.
Like I said,
But
it's
well,
worse.
you said it was worse, but I wouldn't kiss her after.
No, that's what I said. I was like, yeah, because the handy's bad. The handy's bad, but you'll wash your hands after.
Yeah.
The other one isn't as bad unless you decide to kiss her after. Because if she's down there giving you,
Yeah, but what does that have anything?
If
How
she's
is that
giving- if
any
she's-
different than any other time?
if she's giving you special kisses while you're doing a number 2, and then you go to kiss her, you better not try and smell her chin, bro.
Oh my god! So she's in the toilet.
Because her chin, no, she's not in the toilet, but her chin's probably hitting your nizzuts and the butternuts that develops when you're taking a number 2 is probably rubbing off on her chin. You know when a guy gets butternuts?
No, I don't know, but
That's what happens when a guy wipes from back to front. He gets butternuts. Some like to call it duck sauce.
where's Duck Dynasty when you need him,
Duck
right?
sauce. Oh.
How do we even get to this from where we were before?
We were talking about social media and cell phones and stuff destroying personal interaction. And then you started talking about blumpkins and
you brought
handies
up
on the toilet.
No, because you said that you.
Oh, that I would take my phone into the bathroom all the time because I just wanted something to read, and she thought I was texting. Oh, that's right. And you were like, well, maybe she thought you were jerking off.
I did say that.
Yeah. But no, that's not the case. But that slowly started the deterioration of that relationship.
Oh, that was the end.
Well, no, that wasn't the end, but that was the beginning of the end. I could see. I was like, this bitch must be crazy. She must be crazy.
I don't see how a hand party's worse, but I guess that's just me.
We should put it up to the listeners, dude.
No, we do have a way to make a poll. Yeah, no, no. I'm gonna make a poll.
That's a perfect poll.
Is a hand party while taking a grumpy worse than getting a mouth hug while taking a grumpy?
Special kisses.
I actually, at a previous job, actually, I wanted to bring this up last time when we were talking about about fat people.
Okay.
At a previous job, I had this guy used to come in, a solid, probably almost 400.
Solid filthy.
Used to come in, he'd get 2 pieces of meat lovers pizza,
Oh, 2 slices or 2 pies?
2 slices,
Okay.
an order of garlic knots,
Diet Coke.
Diet Pepsi. We only had Pepsi. And at that point, once you get to Diet Pepsi, I mean, come on, really, just splurge. Just get the regular Pepsi. Just
What
do it.
people don't know is those diet sodas have aspartame
One of the worst things possible,
And-
which
and-
I'm lucky I'm allergic to.
and formaldehyde, and that actually preserves your fat cells.
Aspartame, really?
I don't know if it's the aspartame or the formaldehyde or the combination of both, but
And formaldehyde preserves dead bodies, too.
yeah, well,
Ugh.
that's
God.
preserves your fat cells. The diet soda is actually keeping you fat.
If only fat people knew.
They're like, we just invented Diet Coke. Now I can eat anything.
Ugh.
Hmm.
No, but that reminded me of that. But also at a previous job, not the same job I just spoke of, there was a girl.
Wait a minute, you never got to the point.
No, about the fat guy getting
the
the
fat-
diet.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was it.
that was the point.
Yeah, that was the payoff.
Okay.
That was my payday Jones.
Kicking it wide, Willie.
So, job after that, there was a girl who used to get off. And you're gonna love this. Used to get off by she would get like throw up drunk constantly. Like that was her goal, just to get throw up drunk. Her boyfriend would be down for, as they would say, tossing salad during the vomiting process. Like that was her way to get off.
I don't understand. So she'd have her face in the toilet,
Yeah, face in the toilet.
but she found pleasure in throwing up while he licked her butthole.
Yeah, face in the toilet, canine position, licking butthole.
I mean, if they were both happy with it, but that's just really weird to me.
It is weird. Okay, this girl, let's say, got hired on the first of the month. By the 20th of the month, that information was known to everyone. She put it out there. That's a solid nasty,
Why the hell would she put it out there?
because that was her. A nasty.
Probably because she wanted all kinds of attention and it ended up backfiring. I don't know. I mean,
Ugh.
how would you? That's not a girl you want to bring home to mom. Not at all.
No.
But does that make her nasty, or does that make the dude nasty?
It makes them both nasty,
I
in
think it
my
makes-
opinion.
I think it makes him nastier, though.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's just getting drunk, getting sick, and getting her ass eaten, I guess. But
He's tossing the Mexican salad
ugh, because
while she's blowing chunks.
well, when you're throwing up, not everything is kosher. Let's say sometimes things happen on both ends when you're getting sick. You know,
Yeah, I
mean,
bet her BH is puckering and shit,
Ugh.
giving him kisses back.
Ugh,
Blowing him kisses like this.
and he's sucking it down, probably.
Oh my god! And then burping it back in her mouth. Oh no, he can't because she's puking.
It's almost like a human centipede, but different.
Oh my god!
Ugh.
This bitch had to have been a liar.
I don't know.
I don't know. That's some rancid shit.
Yeah, it is gross. Ugh. Hey, so before the McSweeney minute, another shot about it. Got to get off that topic.
That was a hell of a transition. Hey, so
God.
I don't know how you talk me into these corners, man. All right, salud.
Salute.
Didn't we say we
Two
were
vacations.
we were never going to do this again? Yes, 2 vacations.
Well, to an extreme, and I don't think it's been extreme because one show, we were about what 7 deep, 6, 7 deep
You were balls deep.
in your mouth.
Biatch. Ooh, those go down a little smoother the more you have, huh?
Yeah, anything after the first one's good. You know what's really bad actually is that the fact that not only did we just take that shot, but the bottle of Fireball sitting right here too. Yeah, no, I'm good. So the McSweeney Minute.
Yeah, did you have one picked out?
Yeah, I got one, but I'm gonna let you go first. You already had yours ready to go, so I'm gonna.
Yeah, I mean, like I have a topic picked out, but I don't really know how I'm gonna rant and rave. I guess I'll just swing it or wing it. I'm sorry,
Yeah, swing it. Yeah,
big dick swinging,
yeah. I was just about to say that. Big dick swinging.
hitting my knees.
Sound effects too.
Oh Jesus, are you gonna time it?
Yeah, I can time it here.
I don't know why you would time it. I mean,
Well,
I
no,
usually
we'll-
go over the minute.
Yeah, what we'll do is we'll start in about 30 seconds because that's an even keel. What we usually do go over, but it should be a minimum of a minute. So
Mm-hmm.
I had the perfect McSweeney Minute picked out earlier today, and I did not put it down.
Now you can't remember it.
I mean, I remember the majority of it, but I don't necessarily remember exactly it. Well, now that we've been talking, just give it like another 20 seconds. We'll be good to go.
You're smooth talking me over there like Ethan, dude.
No, I'm not talking like this. No, he's going to be on.
Make him sound like Keith Sweat, the Sweat Hotel.
I don't know about that. That's giving away. Oh, so you got 10 seconds. 10 seconds for your McSweeney Minute.
All right.
Do you know what's it going to be about?
My McSweeney Minute is on hood rats.
All right, you're good to go.
These people that consider themselves thug life, and I'm not talking about your average Joe who listens to hip hop, happens to use the N word, not with the R at the end, but with the A at the end. You know, amongst his group of friends. I'm not talking about that person. I'm talking about the person who, you know, brags about, hey, I come from the streets or this or that, or man, I was locked up and this and that, like it's bragging rights or some shit. You know, the prick who walks around with his pants halfway down to his fucking ankles and thinks it's cool. Meanwhile, he probably doesn't realize that shit started in prison, and what that meant was, hey, my asshole is open to your pleasure. I, for some reason, do not get along with these people. I do not. I hate it. I hate how ignorant they are, and they choose to be that way, okay? Because I've interviewed some these types of people at work, all right? I am in a managerial position. I've interviewed a few of these people. They're very yes, sir, no, sir. And then as soon as they get hired on, they're, oh, my nigga this or my nigga that. All of a sudden, their vernacular just changes because they get comfortable. Not a fan. I don't understand why they take pride in being so goddamn ignorant, all right? A lot of these fuckheads take Scarface to be like a 5-year plan. Like Scarface is their fucking role model. They don't understand that prick dies at the end. He fails, okay? So if that's what you're looking to achieve is ultimate failure, which most of them do, because they end up on fucking welfare with a bunch of fucking kids, or they end up in prison or some shit. I'm not trying to pass judgment like I'm better than anybody else, but I'm just tired of having to deal with that shit. I really am. Axe somebody.
Man, that was a solid minute and a half. Yeah, I think I'm going to start in about 30-ish seconds.
You need to get an ashtray up in this bitch.
Not in the house.
Listen, we'll give you a corn dog, give myself a cigarette, we'll be good to go.
Okay, for the record, I'm not fat, so the corn dog comment shouldn't relate to the acceptance of insults / how it's okay to make fun of fat people and not people who smoke. We'd both be degrading each other then, right? Because I'm obviously overweight and you were obviously a smoker. So, but I'm not overweight. Maybe a little bit by the actual medical definition, but not so much.
I'm overweight, but it's all in my pants.
Yeah, you do have pretty big thighs.
Oh, jeez. This was fun, the one-on-one. I don't think I was worried. I was for a little bit. Didn't think I could bring the stimulating conversation.
All right, I got 5 seconds. No, what I'm going to talk about is what I witnessed on Urban Dictionary and how it really doesn't take much to write on Urban Dictionary. So, I was bored yesterday, and I decided to go on Urban Dictionary. Now, I have personally posted on Urban Dictionary before. Something funny. No, it is. Yeah, you just create an account. I wrote on something. The name was Bloop. I have a shirt named Bloop. What I put on there was Bloop is like basically ejaculating on somebody's face. It was funny. Yeah, Bloop. It's funny. It's great. It's absolutely amazing. But some of the stuff I saw in there is absolutely ridiculous. If it's kind of like Wikipedia. Can anyone post anything online? Yes. Mm-hmm. It doesn't take a genius to do anything. But Urban Dictionary has to be some of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. My favorite thing was total anal destruction. Love it. I absolutely love it, but come on, really?
It sounds like a porno.
Yeah, it does, but that's not what it was meant. It was just, it's random. You know, you look up all these random phrases. I was throwing stuff out there. I started looking up if you really want to find something good, type in rule anything. Rule 33, subsection 5K, there's this, there's that. It's terrible. It doesn't take a genius to post anything on Urban Dictionary. It really doesn't. Consummate Opinion has to make a Urban Dictionary section. We need our own words. We need everything.
I'd be done with that.
Because just in going through that last night, I was very frustrated with what I was looking at.
We should come up for a term for what you were describing, the girl puking and the guy eating her butt.
We can come up with a term for that.
We can call it the human centipede.
No, because if we type in human centipede, there's obviously everything on there. What can we?
I don't know, man. But
eating. No, this is going to be bad. But I was going to say something like eating defecation, but it's got to be something better than that.
No, it's like scientific. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eat shit and puke. Eat shit and die. Eat shit and puke.
Eat shit and puke's good because that covers everything.
What about the BH blowing kisses? We got it. Brown kisses. Those would be brown kisses.
Brown kisses could be good. I'm going to write it down, brown kisses, and we can we can make this happen. We can make this happen. So you're going to send me that video so we can put that up on Facebook?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, we'll get that done.
And the poll. Don't forget the poll.
And the poll. We'll get the poll up there. I've never done a Facebook poll.
You've done a black poll, though, right?
I smoke black poll, yeah. Hey, big boy.
It'll be fun, though, man. I'm pretty excited
we could put the poll up there. I'll put it up on the Blogspot page, which was the original page, which we haven't actually done anything on since the first 2 or 3 episodes.
I didn't even know we had something like that.
Yeah, it's just it's a full website where we have an actual full website in comparison to the Facebook page, which is like a company/business website.
Right.
And the whole Twitter gimmick, which I'm working on. Daniela rocks.
Keep working
on it. And Bone Carmen.
And
not physically Bone Carmen,
Carmen?
but not physically Boning Carmen, but Bone Carmen. Yeah, working on that.
I'm friends with her on the Facebook.
Are you?
And not like the 1025 site or anything like that. I'm like friends with her.
Yeah, we need to get Sandra Carmen in this bitch.
True. Get some fireball on her.
No, yeah, I was gonna say get some fireball or Zambuca, and she's good to go.
Oh hell no!
You don't like Zambuca?
The devil, dude. I don't like licorice.
Yeah, it's good when it's free.